it going?
Good, just studying.
Oh, nice. And what are you studying today?
India and Israel's state formation.
Sounds interesting.
It is. They were both formed under similar circumstances.
Like what?
Well, they both share similar historical events. They both were characterized by conflict, and they both have a strong influence with religion.
Fascinating. Tell me more.
All right.
Historically, Israel and India have similar beginnings, characterized by British occupation, nationalist movements, and conflict. The establishment of Israel begins with the Zionist movement. Its main goal was to establish an independent Jewish state. They wanted to establish this state in the Jewish homeland of Palestine. At this time, Palestine was controlled by Britain. The British had shown favor to giving this land to the Jewish people, but it was not until the aftermath of the Holocaust that there was serious talk about it. But Palestine had an Arab population that opposed the establishment of a Jewish state. The British proposed splitting the state in two, but the Arabs rejected this idea, saying that the Jewish people should not get any part of the land. Regardless, the Jews declared the State of Israel in 1948, which started the Arab-Israeli conflict and still lasts to this day. India's history is also characterized by nationalism and conflict. India was occupied by the British for almost 2 centuries, but they did not have the well-being of the Indian people as a priority. The Indian people wanted independence from Britain and actively worked towards pushing the British out of India. This collective effort was named the Indian Independence Movement. At this time, the Muslim people of India were also working towards an independent state. The British decided to split India in two, establishing the State of India and the State of Pakistan. This led to a mass migration between the states, in which violence erupted. Relations between both states are hostile and remain hostile to this day.
The establishment of Israel led to the civil war in the land of Palestine. This war was between the Arab nationalists and the Jews. While the civil war was short-lived, it is assessed that at least many hundreds of Jews and Arabs were killed in the conflict, with several thousand injured. Israel also had to deal with many refugees of the Holocaust, immigrating to the newly established state. These immigrants were impoverished, and Israel had to provide for these people. As with Israel, India's establishment has led to conflict. Once the British split India into 2 states, the population began to migrate. Pakistan being established as a state for Muslims, many Hindus and Sikhs moved out while Muslims moved in. Approximately 14.5 million people migrated between the 2 states. India was unable to effectively deal with the sudden surge of people, as well as the violence that broke out between the communities. India has had to provide programs to help these refugees live.
Civil war in Palestine was not the only war Israel had become concerned about. Israel's neighboring states have opposed the existence of the state since its establishment and has had hostile relations with Israel. With the immediate prospect of war to deal with, the Israeli government was unable to allocate more resources and time into initially establishing a solid civil government. India has also had to deal with war on its borders. The relationships between Pakistan and India have been hostile due to the territorial dispute of Kashmir, in which each country believed it was rightfully theirs. This has led to hostile relations between the 2 states that has lasted to this day. Not only conflict shaped these 2 states, religion has been a cornerstone for shaping the state and government in both Israel and India.
Israel is a parliamentary democracy and also has religious influences. Judaism is not the official religion, it is the majority religion. Many of the people who live in Israel are governed by Judaism. This and Israel's deep roots in Zionism led to the states being heavily influenced by Judaism. Like Israel, India is based on a parliamentary democracy, but there are some non-democratic influences in their politics. India has a long-standing social structure that influences their politics. It is referred to as the caste system and based in the Hindu religion. The caste system says that the life you are born with is a life you have earned in your previous life. The system isn't official in India's government, but it does govern many of the people's lives.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Kind of makes you wonder, though, huh?
It does make me wonder. Now it makes me want to study about other states formation.
Well, if you want to learn more about states formation, then you should probably take PoliSci331.
I will.